Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday, and it is a happy Sunday indeed for two reasons. Would you like to know why? All right, you talked me into it. Number one, I got two awesome pieces of mail from two very amazing people. That's going to be coming up, but after about maybe a 30-second rant or so. I'm also really happy because the Steelers have the bye week this week. Now, what that means, number one, my stress level is a bit lower. Number two, my humor factor is also lower because I'm going to be missing the Black and Gold Clown Show, and somehow Mike Tomlin is going to come out of the bye week 3-3. If you don't get that reference, the Steelers were 3-2 going into the bye week. However, that aside, let us begin with the mail day. The first envelope comes from down North Carolina way, Will W Vogs 18. Have to admit, no idea. I know possibly one thing in here. He reached out to me, excuse me, a little while ago about trading something. One of the Mariano Rivera cards that I pulled in a box way back when. Said, hey, are you interested in, or do you want to keep it? Like, no, if I know he's a Yankees fan, so you want it, absolutely welcome to it. And he said he would trade me something for it. I have no idea what else is in this envelope. So it's going to be an adventure for all of us, but there's a lot in here. Okay, I see the card that he mentioned in question, and then we got some team bags of some stuff. But this right here was the card in question that he was swapping me out. Kevin Newman, auto. Oh, what is this from? 2019. That's nice. And it's rookie ink. You don't get much better than rookie ink. All right, let's start with this one. We got some Buccos. Now, I know, and I said it recently. I said it's easy. It's kind of easy being a Pirates fan. Because come the end of July, you don't have to worry about playoffs. Because they ain't going. Maybe. No, it's been that way for 20-some-odd years. But hopefully, it changes. Because, my God, I would like to see the Pirates in the playoffs again. Key Brian Hayes. Was this from? Ooh, nice. This is from this year's Allen and Ginter. I have some. I haven't opened it yet. Don't forget, Hunt is coming. Shout out later. You'll see why. Love this card. Love Chrome Platinum. Bill Mazeroski. The shot heard round the world in 1960 World Series. That is all you need to say. Oh, man, now we're getting back into the era when I was still kind of holding out hope. You got Craig Wilson, Oliver Perez. He had a decent little time with the Pirates. Then went on to bigger and better things. But I do remember him. Who got Jermaine Allensworth. My God, I forgot he played for the Pirates. Ryan Dumit, remember him? Oh, these are sweet. And this is some TTM and Frankenset fuel. Let's see. Oh, some pit guys. Patrick John. Where did he end up going? It's ringing a bell, and it's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to have to look that up by the end of the video. But, hey, there you go. Legends on Ice. Sorry, everybody. Actually, sorry. You know what? Sorry, not sorry. There you go. John Marino on the MVP. Ooh, hey, see, here you go. What happened to him? What happened to Quentin Nelson? Legitimately, he was and the same thing in Green Bay, David Bakhtiari. Bakhtiari, he just kept getting injured, but so good to see offensive linemen getting love in the cards. We're going to see about this guy. I really, he's not in a good situation, as you can tell. We'll see. Kyle Long, was he one of Howie's kids, or was that Chris in the other one? God, I cannot remember. He was one I was kind of pulling for the Steelers to get last year. They did not, and I'm not 100% sure how he's doing. I don't know if he's fully settled in yet, but he could be. Cesar Ruiz, that name is actually drawn a bit. Oh my God, there's a name out of the past. Blake Brockermeyer. That is a name out of the past. We got here Zion Clark. Why do I know that? Oh. I was going to say, I recognize that name and I recognize the face, but I could not. He is the caudal regression syndrome. What is it? Yeah, born without legs. I saw him on something. He's a incredibly talented MMA fighter, considering his physical condition. The man knows how to throw hands. Let's put it that way. Fred Curley. Who is this? Only 3 athletes to run the 100 in under 10 seconds. Yeah, me being the other one. What? Man, can you imagine? Actually, picture this. I'll give you a little picture of this. You got guys like that can run the 100 in under 10 seconds, Usain Bolt and all that. The fattest bear in the world would still chase him down. Think about that. People, it's Fat Bear Week because hibernation season's coming soon, so the fat bear memes are out. Think about that fact that a 900-pound bear could still chase down and destroy even Usain Bolt. Grizzly man learned that lesson the hard way. Back to baseball. O'Neal Cruz, gotta get him back and healthy. Gotta get some management for the Pirates. Ooh, rainbow, nice. Ooh, is this, what are you? This is definitely a different finish, I think. Maybe? Ooh, nice. I like that one. I'm going to have to look into that one. Love the bazooka cards. Key Bryan, come on, man. Stay with the Pirates. This was the time before I was alive when the Pirates were good. And for the record, to throw out the spinach hunt again, the card that we're going for is the mini CN Tower because they're doing an iconic structure or thing in every city where there's a baseball team, and in Toronto they picked the CN Tower. In the background here, that in downtown Pittsburgh is the 6th Street Bridge, also known as the Roberto Clemente Bridge, which is the the mini card in that series for Pittsburgh. So if anybody pulls it and I don't, I will trade you for the Roberto Clemente Bridge Mini. Pops. Love Pops. That was part of the... Oh, is this Archives? I miss Archives. Brian Reynolds. Love the Diamond Kings. Got the orange and the regular. Will hooking me up big time. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. The great one. The one who I've seen clips of, that my dad and my grandfather got to see quite a bit down at Forbes Field. Sadly, that was not in the cards for me just because of the sheer accident of when I was born. Jack Sawinski, Anthony Alford, Hoy Jun Park. We got some good ones. We got some good buccos. Could there be a good buccos team on the horizon? We'll find out. Probably not. Yoshi Tsutsugo, Will Craig, Michael Chavis, Carlos Santana, post-guitar thing. Wow, Felix Furman, there's an old name. Lovar Piguero, Cal Mitchell. Man, Will hooked us up with all kinds of good stuff. Obviously, link to him down below. Make sure to check out Will. I think he was on my list of subscriber shout-out or milestone shout-outs for Jank Pack Thursday, but I think he very recently crossed over 700, so congrats to you, Will. There we go. I have tried, but this is awesome, by the way. Love Jason Kendall. Big Jason Kendall fan. I have tried him on several occasions. Does not appear that he signs TTMs. Ironic thing is, his father does, Fred Kendall. Daryl Ward. Ooh, total. I don't remember this set. When did this come out? 2004. Jason Bay, big fan. Josh Fogg, there's a name. Ian Snell, Jason Boyd, Mikey Johnston, Ji-Hwan Bae. And again, where are these new guys? Are they just in the minors getting ready to get traded? Luis Ortiz, Kutch. When Kutch first came back, I was like, why? Why? Like, he's had a great career. He's ramping it up. You'd think he would want to wrap it up with some sort of playoff run. So why come to the Pirates? But he's back home, got his 2000th hit, and it's pretty cool to see him back. Austin Hedges. Looks like Isaac the bartender. You got it. Your Donnie De Los Santos on the chrome. Whoa, what do we got here? What are these? Hyborian Gates. All right, Will, you have stumped me. I am intrigued by this. I'm going to be asking you what this is. 1996. Okay, so we've got a TCG kind of thing. I have never heard of you, but this just goes to show. Oh, wow, look at this guy. The Bladesmith. Yeah, it's definitely a trading card game. Artwork is... words fail me on that one. That is fascinating. Hyborian Gates. Anybody... I'm guessing Milo probably has heard of this one. But if anybody in the comments has heard of this, please let me know, because I'm curious. That will be looked up. Is this a 3D card? Oh my god, the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles? Do you... I'm going to have to bust out my Jaws 3D viewer and see if we can actually get this to work. I think I have a pack of this in the box for Jank Pack Thursday. Garbage Pail Kids. If you don't love Garbage Pail Kids, there's something wrong with you. That's all I'm saying. Flashback: Dow hits lowest level in 12 years. We're gonna be seeing an updated. We're gonna be seeing an updated on that later. And this is old Heritage, and I loved it when Heritage would do weird historical things. Like there was, I think, one with the the Kennedy and Nixon debates. I think they put one on a couple years ago, but I can't remember. Will, dude, that is awesome. Like I say, this was the only item in question, this Kevin Newman autograph. And the rest was just bonus, which just shows how awesome Will and the community is. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to shift stuff around. Again, link to Will down below. And then we got our next piece of mail. And then I'm going to shut up and let everybody get back to the football. So hang on one second. And just like magic, I am back with another piece of mail from Julie Farnham, the community angel. Was not expecting anything, had no clue what it was. I was speaking with her on Instagram the other day, and I just told her, hey, by the way, the envelope came, and she said the following words to me. And if you follow Julie's channel, and you should, link to her down below along with Will, you will understand why I am excited when I read the words. I didn't send any jank this time, but there is some fire. Coming from her, this is huge because I know earlier today, obviously I haven't seen it yet, but earlier today she did, I did the wild card draw 5 from this year. She is also opening hers. She pulled a 1-of-1, and now I just completely blanked on who she pulled her 1-of-1 of. It was a PC card for her. Oh my god, why am I blanking on it? Well, that's horrifying. I literally just blanked. I had it in my mind, and as soon as I said, okay, I'm going to throw this out there for Julie, it's like, nope, you got nothing. I'm sure it'll come to me at some point, but she pulled a massive PC 1-of-1 rookie auto. That's all I'm going to say. I'll have to go back and rewatch it. But, okay, we've got top loaders. Oh, fancy feast. So now we know what the Kraken are into. We know that the Kraken love themselves some Temptations. And if you've seen her latest videos, Dusty is Dusty be king of the Temptations. Let's put it that way. All right. We got 2 little team bags, and we got the note, which always is going to be Land Kraken thing. Ooh, there's some... Ooh, I don't know. There's a lot of something in here, but I'm not going to look. And we're going to get to Eddie in a second here. Zach, thank you for the awesome package you sent us, and always for joining in my premieres and supporting my channel. It means so much. Your friends Julie and the Land Krakens. You are absolutely well. Let's read up about Eddie Spaghetti here. See, Eddie, pronounced Eddie, which actually, thank you, because I probably would have said Etty. But Eddie Spaghetti came from a shelter. He used to be afraid of her own shadow, and hid from people at all times, says Donna Peplinski of Macomb, Michigan. But the fuzzy, fluffy gal just needed time. She has blossomed in our home and is very talkative and loving. Donna is pleased to report. We're so lucky to have found her, and so is Eddie, we might add. Oh, and apparently, it was Labor Day on Monday the 2nd down in Australia. So happy belated Labor Day, Leaf fan down under. So hard to remember holidays. I barely remember our own. I am intrigued, and let us see. We start off with Thickie. We got Juju in there. Juju, what happened to you, kid? You had potential, and then what happened. You, sir, I want you to pick it up. You're 245 pounds. Stop running scared. These are beautiful. These are the Phoenix. Yeah. God, I love Phoenix. Quincy Roach, I think formerly a Steeler, now somewhere else. I liked the potential, and I don't think he's around anymore. Muth, haven't heard much on his injury. Hopefully he comes back, because this guy is something. I remember everybody made this huge deal out of Kyle Pitts when both of them came in. It was 2020, 2021? 2021, I believe. Yes, 2021. Who has more touchdowns? Exactly. That is all. This kid, though, I'm sorry. I just noticed something, and I had to actually pause and make sure I saw what I saw. Okay. Wow. Okay. We're gonna get to that in a second. I'm gonna leave those two until the end, because I'd be shook. We got this young man. I was so excited when the Steelers drafted him. You know, shout out to Trev and SRJ. I firmly believed that the Chiefs were going to screw the Steelers, and with the 31st pick, they were going to take Joey Porter Jr. when they didn't really need him. I was 100% convinced of that. And then when they didn't, and day 2 came around, I was 100% convinced that the Steelers were going to screw up. But big fan of Joey Porter Jr., loved his dad, and it was the coolest thing when he got his first interception in the preseason. Who was in the stands? Pops. That's right. Darnell, he hasn't played much, but I'm hoping, because there's just something about a 6'7" tight end from Georgia that has potential. I cannot stop looking off to my left, and you'll see why in a couple of minutes. A few more. This was the era of the AFC North, when Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed stalked the universe. It was a dangerous time to be in the AFC North. God, Troy Polamalu was so good. Speaking of really good, Charles Woodson was so good. Speaking of good, George Pickens could be real. Oh, and did anybody see last week? After Kenny picked off, I'm not changing it until he proves otherwise. Until Kenny picked off threw that touchdown right at the end of the game, and they panned to the booth, and Matt Canada's upset. Yeah, because you suck at calling plays. You do. Your college-style offense was terrible in college. The hilarious thing, anybody that watched the highlights of the Penguins game opening day, they saw it. They heard the Fire Matt Canada chant. You go to any sporting event where there's a Pittsburgh contingent, you're going to hear a Fire Matt Canada chant. And what does Tomlin do? He cuts people on the practice squad and says, we're not tough enough, so we need to have more padded practices. No one can ever question whether or not he's a terrible coach. Period. Also, another little fun fact about Mike Tomlin. This is his 17th year coaching the Steelers. Of the previous 16 years, do you know how many seasons that he won, not went to, won a playoff game in? That many. 4 of 16 years he has won a playoff game. Would that be an acceptable standard to your football team? I think not. All right, rant over. Back to amazing cards. Allen and Ginter. And yes, like I said, the hunt. The hunt is coming up. March the 1st, 2023. Topps Allen and Ginter. Will sent me a bunch of them, which is awesome. It's back. The CN Tower Mini. And make sure you get loaded up. Keep an eye on Julie's channel. March 1st. It's going to be a celebration. Couple more. Ooh, little thing there. Oh, I remember when the Steelers got Eric Ebron. And that's when I realized that they run him out of Detroit because he picked up because whereas Calvin Johnson was Megatron, Eric Ebron picked up the moniker Droptimus Prime. And he done proved that. Calvin Austin, he's so fast. He is so blazingly fast on the punt returns. And I remember Matt Canada said last year, that is a beautiful card. This kid is going to be phenomenal. George Pickens is going to be phenomenal. Whether or not it's on the Steelers remains to be seen. But that kid is going to be insane. Period. Oh, Julie, you, wow. Clear vision. I love these. You showed some promise with that throw. Now, I want it to happen again. You don't just instantly give somebody the nod after one game. There's the potential. Show it again. You had it last year. Why have you regressed? This is therapy for me, by the way. This isn't just opening amazing cards from amazing people. Sorry, George. This is being able to vent about the frustrations I've been having with the organization. We miss you. And Mike Tomlin's finding out it's real hard to win football games without a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. Ooh. College ticket, another JPJ. I recognize the Penn State. I think he's going to be really good too, but the Steelers' defensive backfield needs to tighten up a little bit. Why did Minkah Fitzpatrick get bad all of a sudden? JPJ, then this young man. This young man is, what's the word? Frightening. Man. I remember when the Steelers drafted him, and they said, it's the younger brother of J.J. Watt. At the time, J.J. Watt hadn't started getting hurt, was still in his prime and doing well. And I thought to myself, man, if TJ could be half the player that J.J. is, we're going to be good. And I think TJ has much surpassed his older brother, or will eventually, which is ironic considering that J.J. Watt will go down in history as probably one of the greatest defensive linemen of all time. Plain and simple. TJ, I think he could go down as one of the greatest outside linebackers of all time. And sizable Benjamin. His show is really, he gets on a podcast now and then. It's really funny. Now, I saw these when I move stuff around, so the surprise isn't going to be for me, it's going to be for you guys. We got Leaf Exotic, 2 of them, which, number 1, are absolutely beautiful. And you can see there's the big number 0 from Georgia. Shout out, Zach, Sports Cards and Collectibles. Go Dogs! So we've got Darnell Washington, but then it's signed. I am legitimately, I'm blown away. But wait, to quote Ron Popeil, there's one more. And this is why, excuse me, when I paused way back when for a good, 10 seconds or so, this is what I saw. First off, it's another Leaf Exotic. Second off, we recognize this man. That's right. The boss. But then, yeah. I, uh, I, I, what do, okay, I mean, seriously, like, all kidding and fooling around aside, legitimately, all kidding and fooling around aside, what do you do? What do you truly say when you're presented with stuff like this? Stuff from Julie, stuff from Will, stuff that I am going to hold incredibly close to my heart. What do you say? I truly, and I don't wish to, I never wish to come across as though I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. That's how flabbergasted I am by Will and Julie. Like, legitimately. We're over 25 minutes now, so I'm going to stop rambling, but needless to say, please, if you're not already subbed to either of them, make sure to check out Will and Julie. Links to them down below. If you are subbed to them, tell a friend, because great people. And that's what the community is full of. And that, to me, is the coolest thing about any of this. The friends you make and meet and make. There's word structure, Zach. Way to go, fella. And when people take time to pull cards or go hunting for cards that they know you're gonna love, I don't know. Maybe Will and Julie had these lying around, but the fact is they still thought highly enough of me to send me them is truly humbling, and I can never thank them enough. So I'm gonna thank you, but I will thank you guys enough by getting out of here, because we're at 27 minutes, and football's gonna be starting in a half hour. I know it kicked off a little bit ago, but I pre-recorded this, and no offense, I'm not waking up at 9 in the morning to watch the Tennessee Titans and Baltimore Ravens. And I certainly wouldn't wake up if the Steelers were playing anybody. On that note, thank you, Will. Thank you, Julie. You guys are absolutely incredible. I got nothing. We'll see you tomorrow.